Hello there guys and welcome, it is Niran here and today it's time for me to bring you episode number 15 of Season 2 of our Leicester City career mode here on FIFA 16. Now in today's episode we've got two games for you guys and also a new signing. Last time I gave you the decision of which right back we should be signing out of a group of 5 and you guys have decided, so I will be showing you that a little bit later on. But yeah, the two games in today's episode, the first leg of the Capital One Cup semi-final up against our bogey team of that entire series, Everton, and also an FA Cup tie against Port Vale in the 4th round, as well as of course some transfer activity as well, coming towards the end of the episode, which you guys cannot miss. Nevertheless, you guys voted. I gave you the whole vote, the deciding verdict when it came to which right back will be signing, and I'll show you that a little bit later on. As promised, here's a squad report in the background. You'll have been seeing the players that have gone up and gone down in comparison to recent squad reports. I think Luka Zahovic has gone up an overall. Raul Gudinho certainly has as well. And Sisto also is up 1 to 78. But apart from that, I don't think there's any high-profile players. But again, you can also see the players that have grown very well this season, like Drinkwater, like Mbolo, like Ben Yedder, and also Riyad Mahrez as well. Last time I didn't actually show you a table at the end of the episode. I think I actually forgot. So here it is, the Barclays Premier League table, though it won't be changing because there's no BPL games in this episode, so I won't be showing you at the end of this episode because there's no point, it'll be exactly the same. But Arsenal really stretching away, despite us trying to close them down in second place. But now moving on to the right back, forget about that. Let's move on to the right back, and you guys decided you did not want me to sign either Thomas Kejura or Auro of Lech Poznan and Sao Paulo respectively, which leaves us with Iorfa, Kevin Dix, and also Lucas Klostermann. And despite Kevin Dix's hysterical name that you guys brought up multiple times in the comments section, he did not win the vote, which leaves us with Klostermann and Iorfa. Klostermann or Iorfa, Red Bull Leipzig or Wolves. And you guys decided it would be Lucas Klostermann of Red Bull Leipzig, the German, which I was not expecting whatsoever. I was expecting Iorfa to win, or Dix to win, purely because of the name. But Lucas Klostermann, you guys decided that the 20-year-old German right-back from German team Red Bull Leipzig would in fact be joining the team. And as you can see here is his overall in the background. He's 70 overall and 20 years of age. And here you can see some of his attributes as well. 91 sprint speed, 88 acceleration, 85 jumping. I didn't know he was that pacey. I hadn't really looked at his specific attributes that much. I looked at his potential and his overall at the start of the game and all that stuff, but I hadn't looked at his specific attributes. Clearly you guys knew that he was going to be the perfect replacement for Richie Delat, who is of course very, very pacey, and Klostermann is as well. But nevertheless, having made our first signing of the January transfer window, thanks to you guys, it is now time to get into the first game of today's episode against Everton in the first leg of the Capital One Cup semi-final. Now the man to watch out for is Jamie Vardy, 3 goals in the last 3 games, and going into this game, we're playing Everton. I don't know if that seems slightly familiar to you guys. We actually played Everton in this exact fixture, in this exact stage, with this exact tournament in Season 1, and Arsenal are in the other semi-final, and we beat them last year in the final, so maybe it's a sign we could end up with exactly the same final after exactly the same semi-final. Well anyway, I'll leave you to ponder on that, but nevertheless, Everton getting the first chance of the game through Lukaku, and Barkley now playing forward Aaron Lennon, but what a challenge that is from Bruno Perez, and after a very quiet first half into the 57th minute, Kante playing it over for Mbolo's going to hit it on the volley. It's saved by Howard, but he spills it only as far as Riyad Mahrez, who knees the ball in. An extremely scrappy goal, but it is a goal nonetheless to make it 1-0 here, and Tim Howard will be distraught after Everton had the only 2 half chances of the first half. He spilled the ball and Riyad Mahrez has prodded the ball home from close range to make it 1-0 here. And we're actually beating our bogey team. And this has been a very quiet game. In the 73rd minute, Kamano, Drinkwater and Zahovic are coming on for Mahrez. So Herman, I think, and Arnold, or not Herman, because Herman's on the ball. Nevertheless, Herman has found Vardy. And after Everton are dedicating a lot of players forward, it's Zahovic. He's found Francois Kamano. It's a good save from Howard, but he goes round the goalkeeper at the second attempt. And Francois Kamano, with 5 minutes to go, has made it 2-0 here in this game, and Everton are still going forward. Drinkwater now finding Francois Kamano again. Can he get his second goal in the space of 2 minutes? Well, it's going to be a difficult strike from that angle, and it's a good save from the American Tim Howard in the Everton goal. Kamano's going forward again, and he's found Drinkwater, and Everton are over-committing players again towards the end of the game. This could be 3-0. Vardy finding Zahovic, who finds Patrick Herman, and Patrick Herman scores to make it 3-0, and to put this game beyond any doubt, possibly even the tie as well. We now will go into the second leg with a 3-0 win, thanks to Patrick Kerman getting the third goal, Kamano with the second, after someone opened the score. Riyad Mahrez opened the scoring. But look at that, Luka Zahovic got man of the match after playing just 17 minutes of the game because he got 2 assists. He got the assist for Kamano and he got the assist for Herman. So Luka Zahovic, this kid, I've just run out of words to describe him. I think I'm actually going to start playing him a whole lot more regularly now because he's just amazing. Every time he plays, he does something mega. And something mega going on in the background, Maxi Arnold actually going up an overall thanks to training. He's now 82. You may have seen that in the squad report. This is actually the training that was meant to be in the last episode. But Maxi Arnold is up to 82 now. But yeah, Luka Zahovic, what a player he is, coming off the bench and getting man of the match. Just absolutely astonishing, especially given the time that he came onto the pitch. Nevertheless, that is it for training, and it's now time to move on to some more transfer activity. As you can see, we've got Jairo Riederwald here. Borussia Mönchengladbach have made a bid of £11.5 million for the centre-back. Now, you guys voted I shouldn't counter-offer for everyone, but I should only counter-offer for players who are in my starting 11. Well, Riederwald is not in my starting 11. He barely plays that much anymore because Kevin Wimmer and Nkulu tend to play, so we're counter-offering for £14.5 million. Now, in the knowledge that perhaps Borussia Mönchengladbach may actually go for that, we're going to go ahead and ask for some money from the board, £5 million, in the knowledge we're probably going to reach the final now of the Capital One Cup, and actually the board went ahead and accepted that, so that's another £5 million that we may need in order to replace Jairo Riederwald, potentially, if Borussia Mönchengladbach match that counter-offer, but let's be honest, they may not go ahead and do that. That's just a precautionary measure. Nevertheless, it's now getting into the second game of today's episode, and quite a few players making their debut, including your new signing, Lucas Klostermann at right back, Lasse Jonsson and Marcus Karlgren, the 2 young youth graduates, also making their debuts with the likes of Gudinho, Inler, Wes Morgan, and also Joe Dodu coming into the side. But let's see how Lucas Klostermann does on his debut after signing from Red Bull Leipzig, alongside the likes of Karlgren and Lasse Jonsson, who are making their debuts out of the youth academy. Now, Port Vale of League 2, I do believe, in this save, it was strange. I'm not going to lie to you. They were providing more of a challenge than Premier League Everton. And this is something that is really starting to annoy me on this game, okay? I go into games against Everton thinking, you know what, it's going to be a challenge. And I go and win 3-0. And all the clips you're seeing of this game have been Port Vale. That's Lasse Jonsson, the youth kid, clearing a ball off the line. And into the second half, it's no different. Lucas Klostermann having to clear the ball away, and it falls for Marcus Karlgren, who I've got to say was actually the best player on the pitch for us. Jairo Riederwald, though, now finding Shinji Okazaki as we finally get into the game. Joe Dodu then finding some space and actually hitting the post. So we are starting to get a foothold in this game, finally, after Port Vale were just completely dominating. Inler, though, finding Shani Tarajai, who takes a touch and curls it in. What a goal! What? I wasn't expecting that. What a goal from Shani Tarajai, who just finesses it in from outside of the area, curling the ball past the Port Vale goalkeeper. It's not what we deserve at all. Port Vale have been dominating this game, but Inler finds him and Shani Tarajai makes something out of absolutely nothing and scores there from outside of the area. What a goal that is from the Swiss winger. Now we're going forward again. Sisto finding Okazaki, who then finds Jairo Riederwald, and unfortunately, he is offside, and that would have been an interesting goal if he'd have scored that. Nevertheless, Klostermann, though, finding Ravel Story, one of the other Youth Academy graduates, off the bench, and he's hit the post. And I think Port Vale was starting to tire towards the end of this game, because in the last half an hour, we really started to dominate, despite Port Vale having by far the better of the chances in the first hour of the game, and yet again, proving why this game makes no sense at all. I can go and beat PSG 3-0 blindfolded, yet when it comes to League 2 Port Vale, we're struggling to beat them. But good performances from the debutant Klostermann, and also from a lot of our youth players. Now, moving on to off-pitch stuff, and Borussia Mönchengladbach have matched our counter-offer for Jairo Riederwald of £14.75 million, and hence Jairo Riederwald has been sold. He's someone who's had a key part to play in this series, especially in Season 1, but you guys said to me in that vote that you wanted me to counter-offer for players as long as they weren't in the starting 11, and Riederwald just isn't in the starting 11 anymore, and £14.75 million is not bad money for someone of that calibre. combined with the fact that we've got money already. So we're going to have to go ahead and replace him. And I wasn't expecting to have to do this, but Jairo Riederwald has gone to Borussia Mönchengladbach. A slightly emotional goodbye, it has to be said, because Riederwald has been someone that I've really liked during this series so far. And obviously, it would have been so nice if that goal against Port Vale had counted, but unfortunately he was offside. That would have been such a lovely send-off to obviously score his first goal for the club, because he never scored a goal for the club, mainly because he was playing at centre-half. But now we've got to move forward and we've got to look for players who can possibly replace him. And one player that I thought of was obviously someone who signed for Leicester in real life, who can play as a centre-half and can play as a CDM, much like Jairo Riederwald can, and that is Daniel Amati. He was actually signed for Borussia Dortmund on this game, but Borussia Dortmund did say they were willing to sell him, so it must have been in a transfer window in the past. He's 77 overall, 22 years of age, so you guys can drop it in the comment section, bearing in mind he has actually signed for Leicester in real life. Would you like me to sign Daniel Amati next time out? And obviously next episode you'll be seeing transfer deadline day, so I won't be able to give you a vote on who I sign, but I can give you the opportunity to suggest other players that you would like me to sign who are in a similar role to Amati, and of course the man we sold this episode, Jairo Riederwald. So if you want, drop it in the comments section what players would you like me to sign who can play as a centre-back or a central midfielder or CDM or whatever, that type of holding midfielder slash centre-back player. And I will look at all the suggestions and I'll try and make offers for as many of them as I can, and then inevitably make a signing to replace Jairo Riederwald. I'm a little bit sad actually, because I have really liked that guy. We did sign him for, I think it was something like 4 or 5 million. So to get 14-something million for him is pretty damn decent, though I do realise a lot of you guys probably did quite like him. So I hope you guys don't mind too much that he did end up going, but I wasn't actually expecting him to pay that much, given his initial valuation is only 9.5. Nevertheless, that is pretty much the end of today's episode. Don't forget to drop your suggestions for players to replace Riederwald in the comments section. If you do want me to sign Amati, tell me that in the comments section as well, so I know that if my choice was the right one, then, you know, I know to sign him. Do feel free to like the video if you did enjoy, and subscribe if you're new around here as well. Comments about enjoying the video if you enjoyed it that much, as well as, of course, you know, suggesting me players to replace Riederwald. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a good day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.
Nah, that's not me. Act like a waste man, that's not me. Sex in the girl, nah, that's not me. Lips in the girl, nah, that's not me. Yeah, I used to wear Gucci, I put it all